Open data is to make data, specifically government-owned data, to make it available to the public in machine-readable, open standard form. So that's open data. Now, how does that impact the democracies of the world? At its core, democracy is about personal choices, personal and collective choices. And the credibility of any democracy is really a direct result of the credibility of the choices. Open data improves the quality of those personal and collective choices. Then we try to move away from emotion-based decision to evidence-based decision. So to me, that's the fundamental push of open data in terms of democracies. Now, in basic management, there are three forms of feedback. The I message. The first one is I see. The second is I think. The third one is I feel. The second one, I think, is an opinion. And therefore, when there is a discussion based on an opinion, there's really no point in debating because that person is entitled to his opinion. The third one is I feel. When I say I feel angry and I feel frustrated, you can't really argue because that is an expression of an emotion. And therefore, the natural feedback mechanism for an emotion is to acknowledge. The natural feedback to an opinion is to accept and respect. Now, the first part, the I see, is a declaration of truth. I see that you are late. So the question is really whether you are in fact late or not. And that should be based on evidence. Because I now have a photo that shows that you came in 10 minutes after you're supposed to come in. That's the space where democracy should have the debate. That's the space where open data now plays significant, in fact, essential, fundamental. So societal declarations that you cannot say, I feel that I am getting poorer. Because it's an emotion, it's an emotion. And there's really no response to it because you will always reject whatever the response is contrary to your emotion. Now, if we start the discussion, I think that the Philippines is getting poorer. Now we can have evidence to support and show that either that assertion is correct or not correct. Because now you have indices. Now we can argue with, yeah, but the indices you're using are not really reflective. That's still good. Then we have leveled up the discussion in saying that GDP is not a good measure of poorness or non-poorness, and in fact there are better indices. Then let's talk about the better indices. And that's where open data comes in. So veer away from opinion on public policy, veer away from emotion on public policy, let's talk about the data. And data should always feed, and the more data that you feed, because 1 plus 1 is 2, and there's data to support that is true. So I think that's the impact. Then once you declare it as a fact and the debate moves on for a fact, then your policy now continues not on the basis again of emotion or opinion, but on the basis of data. However, having said that, now we need to distinguish data are merely sets of information. We don't want data per se. What we want is to extract knowledge out of the data. And knowledge is processed data. So data in itself gives you a series of numbers. Some of us like it. It gives me euphoria. But for the most part, they really need the process. More important than knowledge, there is that higher one. It's called wisdom. Simply because you have knowledge doesn't mean you have wisdom. And wisdom should be based on knowledge. Knowledge should be based on data.